Almontaser. Assalamu alaikum, peace and greetings. I am truly honored and humbled to have the opportunity to be sitting here and thanking each and every city council member who has actually drafted this very important resolution. I will start out by saying that I'm not going to sit here and ask you all to vote for this, because anyone who chooses not to vote for this is simply choosing not to vote for their dignity and respect as a human being. And so it is a moral imperative that each and every city council member votes for this resolution. I sit in front of you as an American Muslim who has worked for the last 25 years in the New York City public school system. I served with honor and distinction as a leader who've had the opportunity to work on all levels, from an assistant teacher to a teacher, a staff developer, a principal, and an administrator on an administrative level. I've had the opportunity to see everything in the last 25 years, and I came to the conclusion that I needed to serve the American Muslim community as well as the Arab and South Asian communities from the outside to make sure that their rights are respected and that each and every child feels a sense of inclusion and respect as a human being, and that each and every one of their peers sees them no differently. So this resolution is critical as a resolution, but I ask each and every one of you to take it a step forward and make it policy and funding for these communities. In the last 25 years, it's been difficult to be within the system and not be able to advocate. And so I sit here in front of you to ask you that you make sure and advocate for our city's students. This past school year, 5 families brought to my attention issues of prejudice and bullying, not to mention the number of children and families that fear reporting incidents. So I ask the Education Committee to hold a hearing requesting that the DOE share the ORS incident reports that are entered by schools across the city. Upon review of these reports, provide cultural sensitivity training in schools with high number of incidents. We ask the Education Committee to encourage the DOE to partner with Arab, Muslim, and South Asian organizations, as well as the Commission for Human Rights, to devise K-12 curriculum focusing on cultural sensitivity. In addition, we ask the Public Safety Committee to request that the NYPD school safety incorporate cultural sensitivity training specifically on Arab, Muslim, and South Asian students in order to serve and protect their rights, not see them through a security lens. We ask the Committee on Cultural Affairs to allocate funding for public schools and Arab, Muslim, and South Asian cultural organizations to educate about these cultures through the arts. When the Mayor and the Chancellor announced the Muslim holidays in 2014, Chancellor Farina stated the holiday as a teachable moment, highlighting the diverse cultures of Muslim New Yorkers. I ask the Council, let's make it a priority to work with her to make it happen. And lastly, we ask that each committee to have a quality assurance mechanism to monitor the work and evaluate its effectiveness and these programs that I have suggested. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's the value of providing your written testimony, because I read ahead and we went over time, but I really wanted to have you say on the record the things that you said. I thought that's really important, even challenging my own committee to do more. And you know, we did create the Cultural Immigrant Initiative 3 years ago, myself and the speaker. It's now a $5.2 million fund that really targets organizations that serve immigrant communities for immigrant communities that have budgets of less than $1 million. It's our first effort to really sort of target and get deep into the grassroots. Obviously, we can and should expand that, and I certainly hope that at least some of the organizations under CII are reaching the target audience that you speak of there. But it's something that I will look at now and make sure that we're doing. And obviously, your challenge is to do even more. So thank you for that. And next we have from Christina, I think.
I'm Christina Tasca. I'm the Executive Director of the Muslim Community Network. Can you hear me? Okay. The Muslim Community Network is a nonprofit organization that works to build consensus among the Muslim and multi-faith communities of New York City and equips community members with the tools and resources to advocate for the rights and interests of their neighbors and loved ones. Of particular concern and important to us are the welfare of youth, and we have been working since 2012 to build the next generation of leaders through our hallmark program, My NYC, that encourages civic engagement and good citizenship among Muslim teens. Youth in our programs have shared heartbreaking accounts of what it's like growing up Muslim in a tide of rising Islamophobia. Mothers move their small children away from them on the subway. They are bullied and greeted with sneers and slurs like terrorist and ISIS, and some of them are terrified to leave their homes after a terror attack or hate crime against Muslims. Earlier this year, one of our students stepped onto the bus and a man pointed his fingers at her like a gun and pretended to shoot her. No child should have to feel like hate and fear and threat of violence are a normal part of their childhood. On behalf of the staff and board of Muslim Community Network, I am deeply grateful to each of those who have co-sponsored this bill, Council Members Danique Miller, Wills, Lander, Menchaca, Levine, Barron, Richards, Cornegie, Palma, Dickens, Greenfield, Chin, Constantinides, and Levin, and those who signed on this morning, for introducing this resolution. Its passage will send a strong message from our leaders that the Muslim community is an integral part and valued part of our city. In addition, I urge the City Council to act beyond an expression of solidarity to implement concrete measures of support that will ensure Muslims and those who are perceived to be Muslim are protected and prepared to serve those experiencing anti-Muslim hate. Community-based organizations like MCN need additional funding and support for educational programs, mental health services, and youth development programs like My NYC to better equip Muslim teens and schools to respond to a rising tide of Islamophobia. We are stronger when we stand together. America is rooted in our ability to come together, especially during times like these, and this passage of this resolution will be a starting point for further support for those experiencing this hate and fear. Thank you.